I think we had some really good moments in the attack, and we had a number of moments that can be better. I don't know that we played to our potential, but we've had, some shifts in the lineup and added more new people to it. So overall, they found a way to win on a night that I don't feel like we were playing to our potential, but you have to give credit to Stephen F. Austin for what they do. They work really hard, they defend really well, they're organized and execute what they do. So they made it hard.
All right, acknowledging that your coach said there were some moments that could have been better, your team has now scored 3 or more goals in 4 straight games for the first time in 20 years, and you've done that a couple of games without Nia Rose. What's clicking on the offensive end?
I mean, Nia's a great player. Obviously, we miss her very much. But I think that, I'm the oldest in the front line now, so I got to take some responsibility, definitely organizing my front line. But I think just the chemistry is there. Like, there's a lot of good interchange between our forwards. And, with Sammy as a 10, it's a new position for her, but she's doing great. And, we really focus and practice on, opposite movements and, counter movements. So I think that we've done a really good job of that. And just, it's like we're on the same page. Like, we can read each other's minds sometimes. But, there's obviously a lot to improve on, but I think it's a really good start.
All right, as the veteran up front, you're organizing things, but are you also looking to shoot more, especially since Nia left?
Yeah, I mean, she was our top goal scorer last year, so it's definitely some big shoes to fill. So playing the 9 has been definitely a different perspective on the field, but always looking to score or just create opportunities for the rest of the forwards. It doesn't have to necessarily be me every time, but if I can just get the ball in the box, whoever gets on the end of it, it's a goal at the end of the day. So.
All right, so walk us through your goal tonight. How did that unfold?
I don't know. Sometimes I really black out. It's the eyes go to the back of my head. I'm like a shark sometimes. I just have no idea what's going on. But I think I got a first-time ball in, flicked it on. I saw Liz check my shoulder. So I saw Liz, flicked her on, and then she just fed it back, and I knew I had her beat with my speed in my first touch, and I just was like, please put this in the back of the net because this has to be a goal. So, it ended up working out. We had good chemistry there, and thank God it went in.
She's always going to have a fun answer.
I just wanted to ask, you've been a difference-making player ever since you got here, and that's been evident, but where did you improve the most this last off-season, do you think?
I obviously spoke with Coach Nicole before I went home for summer and what I need to focus on, and a big part of that was I get in really good spots. But, my freshman year, I don't know how many shots I took and 0 of them went in. So, wow, thank you. So focusing on that and kind of really making sure that I fine-tune those, especially with my left foot, playing on the left side, being versatile, and now especially playing the 9 that Nia's gone, being able to step up and play whichever role that I need to play on that given day, whether even if it's the 10, whatever, making sure that I'm versatile enough to do that, and that I'm really focusing on the small things, because I feel big picture, I know I'm good 1v1, I know I have speed, but it was always the little things. I was a little indecisive, or I don't know, I wouldn't see the pass early enough. But I feel over the summer I really, really worked on okay, don't just smash the ball, place it in the corner. You're 1-on-1 with the keeper, don't just hit it as hard as you can. So little things like that I really focus on, and I think it's paying off. Right.
Yeah, she's, I'll tell you, her speed of play, so her awareness, her head up, releasing the ball when where she dribbles and where it's time to pass our way forward and combine. So she's gotten a lot better with the decision making. When she picks balls up in the middle third, can she play her way forward? And then doing what she does, but as I've said, better than anyone, when she's in positions to work an end line and to dribble. The other thing that she's gotten a lot better tactically with awareness of players around her. So movement in and out of space, reading what their movement is and opposite movement. So tactically, playing within the front group the way that we do, that's gotten better. But definitely her decision making on the ball in the middle third has improved drastically.
Eliana, in truth, gave you a 2-goal lead, 10, 12 minutes in, whatever it was, and you had held that for most of the first half. SFA scores just a couple minutes before the intermission. How did that change your message or conversation at halftime?
It didn't, because, as a coach, there was plenty in the first half that I thought that it could be a little bit better. We're talking about our speed of play, our decision-making being what it needs to be in upcoming weeks, regardless of the opponent. So, I think it reinforced a little bit probably of what we were going to discuss anyway at half.
You came into tonight, we talked about the 4 games in a row with 3 or more goals, and you came in today after scoring 3 against a top 10, 12, whatever team in Texas. Obviously not the result you wanted on the final scoreboard, but what did that do for you and the rest of the attack as far as convincing the confidence that you can score on anybody?
Yeah, I think I do my best with, I have a younger front line as well. I do my best to try to keep them positive now. I think that's something that I also was working on for my freshman year to now, a little side note there. But I think that, especially coming from playing Texas last year to now, going from having no goals scored on them to 3, I think is a super positive thing. Our movement up top has been so much better, and I think we had a very talented team last year, but now we have even more depth and more rotation that even with Naya gone, we can still put goals in the back of the net. So I think, obviously the result isn't what we wanted, but there were a lot of positive things that we can take away from that from our offense.